into it because I have no idea how long this episode's going to last because this episode is really dependent on you guys.
And I have no log.
Right. So
and set me a start date and no log.
Start date for the after captain's report or the after action report is really it. So I'm going to start this scene off with a quick free role play session, whatever you guys wanted to do, felt you guys need to talk about over the last couple of weeks. Let's go ahead and take care of that now. So if there's any free role play stuff that you guys want to do.
I don't have anything pressing.
Evans?
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
Buddy.
We kind of talked about doing...
Poor Evans.
Me mentoring medical stuff for you last week. I don't know if you want to do that.
I would be good at that.
Okay.
Run, Evans, run.
I mean, it was his idea.
Yep. Now you guys have the floor.
We should have talked about this.
I was going to say, with the nature of this, you're probably the one confronting.
Yeah, you said you were going to be in the med bay last week?
Well, you said that's where you wanted to be recovering, so yes.
Yeah. So... I don't know, by this point you're probably back to your quarters, but... It's up to you.
Because the thing I'm thinking is, like, Evans probably wouldn't bring this up.
Yeah.
We could throw it in sick bay if Evans was injured or anything. We could throw it at sick bay for a check-in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
that could work.
Boy, did Evans
Or to get one where I'm
It
actually
hurt.
sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evans was quite injured.
Evans was blown up.
Blown up, sir. Yeah, we can do that.
Alright.
Mr. Evans, welcome back.
Well, I would say glad to be here, but doctor's visits are typically fun.
Yes. How are you feeling physically? Any complications?
I've been feeling fine really lately.
She raises an eyebrow. That's good to hear. You
said you can't.
Ensign Zola?
Ensign Zola? No, I have not seen him lately.
We'll have to fix that. Have you been holding up? Not physically.
Not physically?
Mentally.
Been thinking back to what happened quite a bit. Doubt that's anything abnormal.
No, I'd be concerned if any of us just
No,
brushed
no,
off.
no, Ed, stop asking chat how to kill us, you bastard.
You haven't been dwelling on it, I hope.
I suppose the line between thinking back to something and dwelling on it can be a bit fuzzy. I have seen this opportunity to reminder to brush up on my medical skills.
And I've seen it as a reason to reevaluate the expectations I have of.
Yeah, to be fair, I have that same issue with my internet. Just keeps fucking potatoing every now and again.
To expect you to be able to do such a thing.
While that may or may not be true, I do have the necessary qualifications
You do.
to have
You're
performed
very,
that. So
You're very talented, but that was a tricky business from the beginning. Especially since we didn't fully understand the nature of those beings.
I suppose what I'm saying is that it wasn't really all that unfair.
I mean, I like the Songs of the South fucking reference.
I was thinking, if you're interested, I know you are a talented enough medic, but if you'd like some more one-on-one tutelage, I would be more than happy to make myself available.
Thank you, Doctor. I think I'd like to take you up on that.
Good.
Well, if Penn leaves, the Kismet might need another pilot. And you'll get your chance.
We shall have to see how our schedules align, but I look forward to it.
Yes, I always look forward to improving myself.
Indeed. And perhaps you can teach me to be a bit more daring.
I hear you did rather well on the test.
Oh my.
I did punch someone in the med bay a couple weeks ago.
Evans smiles at that.
Right, well, physically, you seem to have been quite well recovered. Do let me know if there
No.
are any ongoing
Letting
things or
Penn cut
complications
loose is a
with this, but
awful idea, full stop. It won't end well for anyone.
Excellent to hear. I suppose I'll be
Seems right.
thinking about when schedules can align for tutelage, as you put it.
when you check your schedule, do try to make an appointment with the counselor, won't you? It never hurts anyone to have a open ear to talk to.
I suppose that would be wise.
God damn it, pinned. Right, well. On to business, I suppose.
Suppose so. With that, I bid you good
It
day.
very much seems like it.
Have a good shift, Lieutenant.
You as well.
If that's all there, I have a small thing to run with the cap.
Okay.
You hear the beep at your door.
Enter.
Sir.
Ah, there you are, XO.
I'd like to speak a little bit more about the Calcut 2 incident.
Of course.
I was rather brief in my summary to you before, and I feel the need to impress my desire to return there at some point. Preferably somewhat soon, considering the imprisoned officers there.
Of course, as I've said, I've put in the necessary motions with Starfleet Command. It's balls in their court now, XO.
Understood, sir. But be aware that if we don't receive word within a few weeks, I'll be taking a leave of absence.
I mean, we've had like Varro
And
on
I shall have
the
to-
Hadfield, so yeah, it's not
Now,
outside the realms
on
of
the matter
possibility,
of,
Joker.
The Zarkonians, I am afraid I have some bad news.
Unfortunate. But
Yes, I reached out to them, and well, according to all the data that we collected, this race is not one of the groups that these Zarkonians are looking for.
yes, I had suspected it might not be the case, considering that I could reach them fairly easily with my telepathy, and Zarkonians seem to be much more distant.
So, unfortunately, this is a fight that you're going to have to make on your own.
Understood, sir.
Is there anything else?
No, sir.
Alright, very well, dismissed.
Thank you. And I nod and head out.
Okay. Anyone else have scenes? I guess not.
Guessing not.
No one has said anything.
I guess we're good.
Yeah. You don't have anything, do you, Zoha?
Nope.
Alrighty.
And I forgot my mic was muted. So yeah, so I would just need to know who is either at tactical and or ops.
Ugh,
Oh,
ops. Who's got the higher science score out of Varro or Evans?
Oh, that's definitely gonna be Varro. My reason science is like 9.
My reason science isn't great. It's a total 12, but I can be
Better.
at ops.
Yeah. If you would.
I don't have a babysitter today.
I mean, this could be a time for the doctor to be on the bridge.
yeah, if
Oh,
you want to
yeah,
bring
okay.
me.
Sure.
What? I broke up there.
Yeah, sure. Doctor can be on the bridge.
Sure. I have a total reason science 15, so that's great.
Yep. Good than all these other schmucks, but I will send the first bit of info to Mr. Evans.
And it begins.
Oh, we picked up an asteroid field in front of us.
Ooh.
Pen to
Ooh.
navigation hazard.
Yes, Commander. Are you sure you don't want to maybe scan it a bit more before we just get me to chart it? See if there's anything hidden in there?
Certainly.
So wait, did this asteroid field just come out of nowhere?
Long range sensors detected
Okay.
it. So it's one of those things like you just got into range.
Alrighty.
My bad.
Alright. Anything of note in the asteroid?
I presume this is gonna be a roll.
Yeah, I can look if I'm aware of it.
Alright, so this will be a reason science difficulty 2 using ship sensor science, please.
Difficulty one then.
No, we don't just new. We actually do the job correctly,
I
Joker.
definitely do not.
Or they do. I just
have
fuck around.
I'm gonna roll the ship. Hey.
Hey,
How many
where were
success-
those rolls last week?
How many successes we got?
Someone hasn't rolled the ship yet.
What's the role for the ship?
Probably the
success?
captain in this regard, I would say, because the captain I don't see rolling much.
Oh yay.
Well,
All right, still got two
Still
momentum. Pretty good.
Evidence.
All right, let me get. I'm a little bit rusty with my information giving. Bear with me.
well, I can see where this is going to go. Captain, the asteroid field is vast and dense. Flying in would be dangerous, Pinned. The asteroids are pretty close together and collisions seem to be common. There's an anomaly we're picking up in the field.
What
Sensors-
sort of? What sort of
sensors seem to-
anomaly?
Sensors seem to cut off just as it reaches about the center of the debris field. I can't read anything past the cutoff.
That's brilliant. It's don't do it, penned as the actual comment.
Well,
Jesus
I'd say
Christ.
this falls right into the purview of our scientific explorations.
Indeed, Captain.
However, I'd say before we go in, Pend, I'd suggest plotting a course through that debris field. I'd like you to get us, I wouldn't say put us right on top of the anomaly, of course, but get us within a slightly closer sensor range.
Closer as in the outside of the asteroid field, or closer as in inside the asteroid field but closer to it? There's a distinction.
Closer to it. Yeah, the second one, closer to it. But again, I'd like you to try to plot a course first.
I would like to fly straight in.
There's nothing preventing you from getting to the edge of the asteroid field.
All right.
Yeah, no, Pen, I'm giving you a very clear instruction. I want you to plot a course into that asteroid field. I do not want you running straight in like you always do.
God, you're giving me the worst role I can make. Plot course or chart hazard?
What's
That'd be
the
a chart
difference?
hazard.
No, I think it might be plot course to actually get a course through there, because chart hazard is more like just pointing things out on the sensors.
Hmm.
So it's reason con assisted by the ship's computers con difficulty 3.
Ooh, feel free to. You said it's con, so I guess give him a threat.
Well, it's going to anyway, but... So, one threat to you, Ed.
Got it.
I'll probably use astro navigation for this one. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got nice. You
I would like to re-roll that 0.
Sure.
get at least one momentum. You get 2 momentum.
Cool. 4 momentum.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're able to plot your course to the edge of the asteroid field, and you pilot there expertly, Mr. Pend.
Would you like me to actually take us in, Captain?
Now that we have a course laid in, bring us in.
All right. So, the task to do this To successfully navigate the ship through the asteroid field, with how densely packed it is and how chaotic it is going to need to be a con extended task. The difficulty will be 4. The magnitude will be 5. The work track will be 20. The resistance will be 3. The complication range will be 3.
Sounds like fun.
You get assists from the ships. At the very least, you get assists from the ship, and I will consider other assists if you guys are good with how they would be used.
So first off, is this going to be a control or a daring with con?
I will let you take your pick, Mr. Pend.
I would like to take control because that will give me a 17 total.
Nice.
Yeah, the Hadfield is really good at stuff like this. It has that nice talent that reduces the difficulty of these types of things.
So, is it possible I could use push the limits because this is an environmental condition?
Yep.
So the difficulty drops by 1.
Okay. So that's it's a difficulty 3 then.
And what's the ship helping with?
Engines con.
I was gonna say, it sounds like an engines con sort of deal.
So I would like to give you 1 threat and spend 2 momentum.
Take them. So no help from the engines. Ooh, that's 3 momentum.
3, 4, 5, 6. Difficulty's 3. So you get 3 momentum. Go ahead and roll me some challenge dice.
Nice.
I believe that's going to be 7 if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, because he has that 5 con. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the
Resistance is. Let me double check.
3.
Resistance is 2.
2.
Resistance is 2.
Okay.
Complication range was 3.
Yeah,
FYI.
I've got that
Oh.
set.
Okay, jeez. Gonna spend a momentum to ignore that 2 resistance.
Could we also spend 1 to reroll those 3 dice?
Sure.
So you're spending 2 more momentum?
Yep. So we're back to 3. Okay. Oh wow, nice. That's 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 work, okay?
Yeah. What's the magnitude?
What,
do,
20?
Work track's 20, magnitude is 5.
Oh, okay. So we're at 1 breakthrough?
Yep.
Okay.
However,
Of course he is.
as you're making your way through the asteroid, some lone asteroids do impact the ship's hull. However, your ablative armor is holding. 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
6.
Gotta keep our shields
You know what?
steady.
Let me go ahead and spend 2 threat to give that the vicious quality. So I'll give you so technically 1 damage to the hull, so I'll go ahead and give you a breach
Wait, a breach?
to the structure.
Wait. Oh, because we didn't put up shields.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
That's not my job.
Maybe just as a fluff point of order, deflector stuff is up 24/7,
Yeah.
and you're saying that even with deflectors, it still hits.
I am.
Okay. That case,
And then I rolled a challenge dice for the structure breach. So somebody is getting an injury.
oh, great.
Don't be the pilot.
All right, so I'm just going down the list of people who joined in 2, 3, 4, 5. So Zoha in engineering is going to take an injury.
And it's a lethal injury.
What?
Yeah. If you take a injury because of a structure breach, it is considered a lethal injury.
We're off. to a
So,
good
you know, set the scene. Zoha, minding her own business. No one's told her that we're flying into an asteroid field. Minding her own business. Then all of a sudden, console explodes. She's on the ground. Burn marks across everything. Just another explosion where Zoha is unfortunately there.
Maybe I need to recommend a trip to Zolon for Zoha.
Yeah.
Good thing that the doctor's on the bridge.
Shields up. Red alert.
Our shields were already up.
No, they weren't apparently. So
Because
We
we were
run
real
with-
smart.
oh,
Because we forgot it was Ed, and you need to specify everything.
yep.
Even though
we've
we were
gotten
joking about it
lax.
last week.
So
You guys were, and I heard.
So I assume we're gonna get the report up from engineering.
Yep.
Yeah.
Casualty reports in engineering.
Efrix, get down there. Mr. Penn,
Aye,
hold
sir.
our position.
Is holding our. Yeah. So Efrix runs out calling for medical team as she goes.
Right. I believe there's some medical role somewhere in here.
Yeah.
If off the top of my head, I think
It's
it's
probably
a
present.
control medicine or a daring medicine difficulty 3 because it's a lethal injury, but that's just to get me through the scene. I think technically
Fucking
I still
Zoha's
have
getting
the
blown
injury
up
moving
every
forward,
fucking
and it
session, which
requires
is
further
brilliant.
treatment, but in order to get me not dead at the end of the scene, it's default difficulty 3. At least
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Take all our momentum, Efrix, because
Yeah,
we're off to a great start.
because once again, daring, because I haven't gotten the chance to move anything around.
So we're down to 0 momentum now.
That allows me to roll what? 4 dice?
4. Yeah, 4 dice.
Okay.
No Evans.
Emergency medicine?
Yes.
It's very much an emergency. Reroll
Well,
that
that's a
con,
complication.
But I
she
get.
has cautious.
Yeah. It allows me to re-roll 1, though, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So reroll that complication, please.
There we go.
Nice.
And you bank 2 momentum from it.
Yep.
So Zoa has been stabilized. So he will not die at the end of the scene.
Okay. Our shields up now.
I believe so. Shields are up.
Okay. I
There
was
you
gonna
go,
say,
Mr. Evans.
I was gonna say, I feel like we need word of God to confirm that the shields are up before I'm willing to move us forward anymore.
Captain, permission to stop being used as a pincushion by asteroids.
Before we continue any further, Dr. Efrix, how are we looking?
He's stable. Or she's stable, sorry.
Yeah.
And it looks like there is a heal injury task that you can do. It looks like it's control medicine, and I have it difficulty 2.
Yeah. Want to spend a momentum?
Hang on 1 second. My roll 20 is unresponsive.
Lovely. Oh, that's the worst. This is the worst.
Give me 1 second.
I mean, yeah, that's a good idea, Evans. Let's have Cecile on the bridge.
Hmm. Well, as it stands, we're okay for now. for science rolls, but Christ.
Come on,
Who
roll
just
20,
dropped?
you can do it.
Varro. Yeah, we'll have Cecile on the bridge right now, but I mean, it won't matter until we actually have to use her.
Oh my gosh, come on, internet, believe in you.
I mean, since Zoha's out, I can always use Sarir instead.
Well, this is we're talking in terms of science.
Right, Sarir has a science of 3.
That's true. But Cecile is very much the
Careful.
not going to finish that statement. Because I know no matter what I say, Pend is going to twist it.
How dare you?
Look me in the eyes and tell me I am wrong.
Look, if it
How
walks like a
dare
duck
you?
and it quacks like a duck, I'm pretty sure it's a duck.
Or in the captain's case, if it meows.
You okay
Let's
there,
try one
Meprix?
more. It's just buffering for days.
Ring for days.
Okay, yay. I changed rooms, apparently. The internet, even though it's been fine all day, decided that it didn't like that room anymore.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yay for pets sitting in houses that aren't yours.
So I am giving you a. Are you ready, Efrix?
It's still loading. There we go.
Yay.
So, chat, I'll put this up to you guys to
Roll
decide.
medicine difficulty 2, you said?
Should I
That's
do
what
an
the book is
insane
saying.
roll
Okay, so
next
I'm
to
giving
get
you-
as much of it done as possible?
Or not, but I could be not finding that either.
So
So,
I'm giving you a momentum to roll a third die.
okay, so I can reroll things in case. Does emergency medicine still apply?
I'll give it to you.
I mean, yeah, I have the same problem because I live out in the middle of nowhere in Ireland, so the internet's
Again,
fucking
if it's on
shit.
the way you guys keep blowing yourselves up.
Don't even have to re-roll.
And so I think I got you guys at 3 momentum.
Mhm.
And Zoha wakes up in sick bay, feeling a little groggy and in a mild amount of pain, but awake, not dying.
Again.
Just sort of look around and see the doctor, and I say, Doctor, did Evans blow something up again?
It wasn't Evans this time, but
But yeah, let me know,
do
chat, if you want me to do an insane roll for the next one.
stop meeting this.
Yay or nay?
Yeah, it's not great. But do tell me, whoever it was who decided to. Okay, first let me back up. Why was there an explosion?
We charted a course into an asteroid field and didn't put shields up.
Doctor, what I'm about to say, I say with the utmost seriousness. Is the captain in his right state of mind?
No.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
Well, maybe it's just the injury talking, but the fact that my first knowledge of this was a console blowing up in my face and that shields weren't put up as part of a standard operation makes me question whether or not the captain is capable of performing his duties.
I understand. I can only apologize. I'm sure he will endeavor to do so as well. When we're not flying through an asteroid field.
Well, Until such a apology is forthcoming, I would like it noted in both your log and mine that this is my official protest of the captain's actions.
Very well.
And then, yeah, unless Zoha is needed to stay in sickbay, she will go back to her station and fix the console that blew up in her face. And I swear to God, if it blows up again, I will go to the bridge with a phaser.
Ed, we've been challenged.
You have. All right, back to the bridge.
All right. Well, sounds like everything's currently stable. Mr. Pend, keep us moving forward. Steady as she goes, Mr. Pend.
Would you like to fly this through the pincushion, please?
I leave it up to the experts.
Okay, so
So you guys got one breakthrough.
And we're at 10 work.
Yes.
So now the
So-
difficulty just 2?
3.
Well, but we got a breakthrough, so doesn't the difficulty go down?
Down 1.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, because of Penn's thing. Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Pen has a
You're right.
thing.
Yep, you're right. So difficulty 2.
okay,
I
so
forgot about Penn's thing.
because my chat is not very smart, I would like to try and make all of this in the next roll.
Oh. I don't wait. Make all of it? I don't get what you mean.
Well, I've got to make what 10 work.
Well, yeah, but the magnitude of this whole thing is 5.
I
So
mean,
no matter what, we're not getting it in this round.
I can sure as shit try.
No, I mean, I think it's physically impossible.
Well,
I
that's
think
no
you can
fun.
I think you can only make a maximum of 2 breakthroughs in a given task, unless you're like, unless you have Miracle Worker, like Zoha.
Well, I'll try for 2 then, just to get as much as possible. So could I 1 threat and 2 momentum again, Ed?
Mhm.
I don't think you need 2 momentum because this is only a difficulty 2 task.
Oh yeah, but I'm just trying to do a large block of it.
Right? No, but so I'm saying I wouldn't spend that 2 momentum because we might need it for the challenge dice.
Okay, then just the threat.
Okay.
That's 3 momentum. We're at
Yep.
full.
I mean, that's why I was trying to roll more so we can get more successes.
Yeah.
But you guys are at full currently anyway.
Yeah.
Challenge dice, please.
And that's 7 again.
That's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And resistance is still. What did I say? Resistance was
2.
3.
3 or 2.
I said it was 2.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3. Sorry.
Oh. Okay. Well, spend 2 momentum. One to get rid of the resistance and 1 for an additional work. So that's 2, 4, 6. Oh, and 1 more for 1 more work. So that's 10 work,
Mm-hmm.
which is the work track and 5 work in 1 thing. So another breakthrough.
Yep. So you guys need 2 more breakthroughs. But first,
Shields are up!
Shields are up this time. 1, 2.
I'm going to spend 2 threats to give it some vicious. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Minus your 7 resistance.
Yep.
So please take 3 shield damage.
Okay. Our shield's holding up.
Shields are at 70%.
Okay, very good.
All right, back to con task, please. I believe it's a difficulty 0 at this point.
Difficulty 1.
Well,
1.
Oh wait,
Okay.
no.
we've
because
pushed
there's
the limits. It can only be made to a minimum of 1. So that's technically out of use now if it's anything lower than a 1.
All right, so yeah, I think it is 1 then.
So
Because you got 3 breakthroughs, it's a difficulty 4. So yeah, it would be difficulty 1.
frankly, I wouldn't give him the threat. Because I know he's gonna put it into that automatic attack that he gets.
I mean,
So-
he was nice. He didn't spend threat to reroll those zeros.
That's true.
And I mean, I'd rather give him 1 threat to make sure I don't roll a complication during an asteroid field.
Fair enough. And I'll roll Engine's Con.
So yeah, 1 threat, Ed.
Okay. Pen's crushing these rolls currently.
So that's
5.
6. 6 successes on a so we're at
Well,
full plus 2.
No, difficulty was 1.
So we're at full plus 2.
yep.
So
Challenge dice, please.
it's okay because that 2 momentum's gonna go into the task anyways. That's 1, 2.
So you got 5 currently. Resistance is still 3.
5.
Then
Yeah,
the
we're
2
gonna
floating on piercing, and it's gone.
Yeah, so that's 1. That's 1 breakthrough, and all we need is 1 more anyway. So
Well, yeah, you got 2 more breakthroughs to get. So if you somehow did 5, and then plus the 1 for the work at 0, you get your 2.
yeah, so we're at 4 breakthroughs right now.
I mean, do
What
we
for
want
the
to
first-
spend?
Huh?
Do we want to spend momentum to get us up to the last one?
Can we?
I think you guys got it. Because if you spend both of those threats to take care of all the resistance, you guys are at 5, which gives you the 2 breakthroughs.
Oh, I don't think it does.
Because
For-
you spent the
first-
2 threat to get rid of the resistance. You guys have 5 work.
Yeah,
So
but
you
it's a magnitude 5. This will be our 4th breakthrough.
You got 2 in the first one.
No, we only got 1.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, the last one you got 2 though, because you got the 5
Yes.
and but
So we were only
so-
at 3 breakthroughs.
yeah, and this one you could get 2. The 5 and then plus it for being 0 work.
Oh. Okay, I wasn't aware of that rule.
Yeah. If you're at 0 work and you do 1 or more, you get a breakthrough, and then because you did 5 or more, you get a breakthrough.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, there's 3 prerequisites for
Oh.
breakthroughs.
Well, I should learn that rule because there are a few times when that would have been relevant to the Hatfield.
And you take a little bit more minor dings and dents to the hull, but nothing your shields couldn't handle.
Good.
And so you guys are able to navigate to the middle of the asteroid field. And at this point, I want everyone to roll me Insight Science. I am not going to give you a difficulty.
Does everyone want to take a momentum? Or at least the people with high science?
Sure.
I mean, I've got high insight.
I
so-
would not recommend it at this point.
Okay, fine then. One
Comp
of
Do
those
we
random-
do we get focuses on this or no?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
No, it's
Nope.
just Insight Science. There is a difficulty, but I'm going to keep that a secret for the moment. But I do not recommend anyone using momentum at this time because there's pretty much 0 way for you guys to get it.
Let
this
me
moment.
just roll my 8.
All right, that's everybody, right? Just for posterity's sakes. So you guys get to where you guys read the anomalous readings, and the entire screen goes black. The entire ship, your entire existence goes black, and you guys are placed right at the edge of this asteroid field again, having no memory of what you just encountered.
Okay. that's what you meant.
Okay.
Yes. So now you guys understand the metagaming.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to metagame here, Ed. But
Oh no, you guys can ask questions.
Yeah, is the ship reset too?
Yes, everything is reset.
Okay,
Everything. Injuries, ships, damage, power, everything is reset.
Oh, oh, neat.
Are our shields on?
Nope, it's been reset.
Nope, and you wouldn't think to do it, so guess who's getting injured
Well,
again?
I think we would think through it. We thought it was not needing to be spoken.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I also forget sometimes that starships don't always have the shields on.
well, they always have their navigational deflectors up, which are usually enough to handle things like asteroids. So these asteroids must be non-standard asteroids.
Yeah, just kind of larger than usual.
Okay. All right, so we're at the edge of this.
Or it's that dense and that volatile and that unpredictable that they're overwhelming the deflectors.
Mhm.
Which you did get the information of, but like, I didn't do a good job of.
All right,
relaying.
we're looking at a pretty. This is gonna be quite something, Varro. I mean, this is why we're out here. I think
Well,
it
we
falls
don't
under
know.
the purview of our scientific exploration. No, I'm talking about the going back to me talking about mysterious anomaly at the center of this asteroid field. Varro, doesn't that fall right in the purview of our scientific exploration?
Indeed, it does, sir. But I hope it's not any sort of security threat.
Of course.
Anomalies have a strange way of being hostile.
Well, we should take care. Mr. Pend, plot us a course in there. Careful. Oh,
Mr. Evans, raise shields.
Raising shields.
What momentum are we at? Because it
Uh,
sounds like.
You guys are at full.
Oh, we retain our momentum.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Okay. Not
Which means
confirmed.
I did not change scenes.
Oh. Hmm. Fascinating. Okay. So. Yep, as I said, Mr. Penn, bring us in. Steady as she goes.
Yes, Captain.
Keep our shields up.
And I'm guessing it's the same work track.
Same rolls. Yep, same thing.
Oh God. Here we
Should-
go.
Edward, I would like to give you 1 threat and 5 momentum.
Wait, 5 momentum? I don't. Okay, oh, jeez. Okay.
Wait, how do you swing?
Swinging for the fences at the moment.
Boy. Engines con again.
I'm just gonna re-roll that. I'm just gonna re-roll that one.
Yeah, good thinking. Nice.
4, 5. So you got
Cap.
6 successes. The difficulty is what did I say?
3. Because it's normally difficulty 4,
Yep.
but Pend has the thing.
So you get 3 momentum, so you're up to 4.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me some challenge dice, Mr. Pend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I got you at 4 currently.
Spend 2 momentum to cancel out the. Momentum to cancel out that resistance.
I think it's just 1 momentum, is it not?
Well, no, you said it's 3 resistance.
Right. So you're at 4. 1 resistance will get rid of 2, so it'll give you 6. So
And-
it's really, do you want 6 or 7 work track off? Is really the
Mhm.
question.
You know, with that, I'll keep us at 6 for now.
All right. So you guys get 1 breakthrough.
So we're actually at 3 momentum. I'd rather keep the momentum.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Is like, would you rather keep the 1 momentum or?
So we're at a breakthrough though.
Yep.
Captain, would you like me to continue looking for changes in the anomaly?
Yes, that would probably be for the best.
I was going to ask that last time, but this time.
Last
I'm on
time
the
you
bridge.
last time you had an injury to deal with.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to do my thing. Hold on.
So I think that's actually fitting and not metagaming, really.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend my 2 threat to give this one vicious as well.
Ugh.
4,
6, 8, 10, 12 minus 7. So I believe that is
That is
5.
5. That's an injury. That's a breach.
To shields.
To the engines.
So I say, doesn't the shield
again-
do something for that?
So it'd be 5 to the shields, and then a breach to the engines.
So there's still an explosion in engineering, but I don't get caught in it this time.
Right.
Yeah.
And we lose 2 power immediately. And until somebody restores minor actions, the ship's engines, everything increases in difficulty and complication range by 1.
Well, I've got push limits, which if there's damage to the engines, my difficulty is reduced by 1.
Which you're already using anyway.
I know, but it's still helpful in this case.
But you still have to restore the systems from your console with a minor action.
Oh yeah, we still didn't know. what we were
So
doing.
yeah, again, because
What we
no one
were
told
doing.
her,
How are you doing
Zoha
down?
calls up to the bridge.
Zoha, how
Uh,
are we looking down there?
Captain, why are we hitting? Why are my engines exploding?
We're trying to carefully navigate an asteroid field. We properly put our deflectors up, but the field is a lot coarser than we anticipated.
So let me get this straight, Captain. Instead of telling me this beforehand, so I could, put extra power to the shields or maybe shore up our structural integrity field, you just thought the best way to tell me about this was my engines blowing out.
Yes.
Duly noted, Zoha. Duly noted. I see your point.
All right,
Oh, this
just-
is
just
fun.
This is
Gi-
progressing in the
give
best
me-
possible direction.
give me 5 minutes. I'll see what I can do. And it's only a minor action, so yeah, it takes maybe 5 minutes to fix.
Yeah, but you tell the captain it's gonna take 30.
No, I'm not that kind of engineer. I tell you 5, it's gonna be 5.
Good.
I could have done it in 2.
Yeah, I push the buttons, reroute some power, and I say, well, Captain, we've lost a little bit of power, but, if you don't fly into the big freaking rock in space, we'll be all right.
Yep. Just feel free to reroute whatever you need from the secondary generator pods. Because, oh, by the way, Zoha, just so you know, for the sake of how we plan out our ship, you know the pod that's up on the back of the Luna class?
I am aware of it, yes.
Yeah, we decided that's where we put our secondary generators.
Ah, makes sense.
We figured that was a thematically fitting place to put the backup generators.
All right, well, in that case, I will reply to the captain telling me that. I say, of course, sir, I am diverting power away from your Cation hologram in your diverting powers away from your special project at your request.
Captain Brennan out! Taps his comm badge, red as a beet. Red as a beet.
I mean,
Going, Mr. Evans.
in reality, would people actually be able to do this to a captain on an actual ship? Just give him so much shit.
No.
I mean, to Captain Grennan, maybe. He's very young and inexperienced.
He might not know that you're not supposed to give this much shit to a captain.
Is this considered child abuse?
No, this is ritualistic military hazing. It means we like him.
Yeah.
Right. So, anyway.
All right, Mr. Penn, I believe you have a roll at
please.
difficulty 2 now.
Yeah. 2. I assume you're going to give a threat.
Well, I'm always going to give 1 threat.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just debating whether 2 momentum.
It's only difficulty 2. And you have a reroll, so.
True, but I can generate a lot with these rolls.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with your. I just roll it, honestly. With 1 threat.
Okie doke.
Yeah, see?
So you get 3 momentum out of that.
We're at full.
Please roll me some challenge dice.
I think I crushed it.
Wow.
2, 4,
8, 9,
6.
10. So you're at 7 currently.
I'll spend a momentum to also get piercing on that.
Okay, so you're at 9 currently.
Should we spend one more to take it up to 10?
That'll bring us to 15 momentum, 15 work. I don't think so actually. I think that'd be.
I got you at 15 total currently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 15 total. So that'll bring us up to 15. I think that's a good place to be at.
Okay.
So I got you guys at 5 work, 3 magnitude left.
Mhm.
So you guys are down to difficulty 1. I got to do my thing.
Uh-huh. Nice.
Hits off the shields.
Ping, 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 ping. All right.
I'm glad that they give zeros for the misses now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you actually
it's-
see how many you roll.
Right.
that way you don't
that's-
roll your ship's damage dice and
Yeah,
you know take
that's
30 minutes to
really
realize you're rolling 11 dice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really helpful. Oh, we were going to have Efrix take a look at the scans. How are we looking, Efrix?
I assume that's a roll.
You are still reading the same things from the anomaly.
Readings are holding.
And then as it reaches the center of that debris field, your sensor just cut out.
Okay.
So I will post this in chat so you guys actually see what she saw, because it might
Yeah.
help.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask if I could extend the search out on either side of the debris field. I don't know how far across this is.
I'll give you a roll to extrapolate how big the debris field is.
Sure. I'll do that.
We'll make it a reason. Let's go
Sci-
reason science. I'll
Okay.
make it a difficulty 2,
Okay.
but with your ships, I'll make it a difficulty 1.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I don't think you need momentum for this. Yeah, you didn't. So.
Ship sensor science, please.
Oh, right. I'll get it. Our best roll. Nope.
Okay.
Not
Cool.
Ooh, that was close.
Man, Cap.
Right.
Can't roll
Doc,
for
so
the
this is
today.
basically you estimating the size of it based on available data.
Oof.
Hopefully you know science. Science speak.
Ish. Thank you for the translation. Captain, this whole field is pretty big.
The asteroid field itself?
Mm-hmm. Covers an area more than 450 AUs.
Wow. That's impressive.
Substantial.
I think that puts it in the top 5% of currently cataloged asteroid fields.
Indeed, whatever caused this, and whatever's keeping it moving, concerning.
I don't know if concerning is the right word, Varro. Fascinating, more like.
Well, sir, a field of this density and size should have rightly collapsed. Unless this was very recent or has some stabilizing factor, I think that is some cause for concern. As well as, yes, fascination.
Of course. Well then, Mr. Pend, I'd like you to bring us in a little bit closer. I want to see if we can get any readings with a probe.
Yes, Captain.
are only at 2 breakthroughs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, difficulty 1 penned.
Well, I'll be doing one threat so I can get the possible reroll if it goes
Yes,
horrible.
No, that's right.
Do you want? There's no point for momentum for this, is there?
No, there is.
You're at full momentum at the moment, so
Yeah, well, the good news is, though, because we're at full momentum penned, actually, if you don't want to give him the threat, we have enough momentum that we can just negate any complication that Ed might get out of this.
Sure. So that's just roll with 2 dice or 3 dice.
Yeah, just roll the 2, honestly. It's only difficulty 1. Yeah, see what I mean? So engines, con.
It's as if I'm designed for con tasks.
and so you guys
What?
currently have 4 over.
Yep. So we're probably gonna have to spend that all on.
Please roll me some challenge dice, Mr. Pend.
Well, like that one.
2, 4, 6, 8,
4, 6, 8.
10, 11.
11 minus 3 is 8.
So one of our 4 spilled over for 2 piercing, and then the rest of the 3 for more work, I guess.
Yep. So you guys get your 2 breakthroughs, so you need 1 breakthrough left, but there's 0 on the work track.
Yep. Before we do that, Efrix, see if you can launch a probe into deeper into the field.
All right, let me do my mine really quick. I am going to spend 2 to give it vicious. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 minus 7. So take 4 to shields, please.
Okay.
And then you may launch the probe.
Okay.
Okay.
What do I need to do that?
I don't think there's a roll. I think it just happened.
Okay. Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Shields are at 20%.
Yeah, basically the probe, you say you're launching it, and then the probe basically counts as your new focus point for whatever you're scanning. So, for example, you launch it at long range, then it's whatever is at short, medium, long of the probe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you launch out the probe toward the anomalous readings that you were detecting. And as the probe gets right about at the anomalous reading, it just disappears off sensors.
It disappeared.
That's odd. Looks like whatever the edge of this anomaly is a complete communications dead zone.
Possibly.
Is there any chance we
Okay.
can see it visually?
That's a
But
good
we have to get much closer.
It's a good idea. Could we get any kind of visual?
On screen.
You're able to see up until where scanners think the anomaly is, and then nothing behind it.
That's odd.
If I if I extend the search for the probe out further, can I find it? Not further in the direction of the anomaly, but out around us.
It's almost as if the probe just completely disappeared.
Okay.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Varro?
Uncertain, sir.
Some kind of massive cloaking field?
Potentially, but
if
I
we're
haven't
gonna
seen a
get-
cloaking interaction like this before.
Yeah, well, if we're gonna get any closer to this anomaly, I'd suggest that we get our shields a little bit more up to snuff.
Agreed.
Captain to Lieutenant Zoha?
Is something blowing up again, Captain?
No. However, our shields have been a bit strained, keeping out the asteroids. You think you could pour a little more power into them?
Sure, I'll see what I can do. Let's see. So that's a power requirement of 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rolling control engineering at a difficulty of 1. If someone can get the ship's structure engineering.
And
Yep.
take a momentum. Structure engineering, is that what you said?
Yep.
Oof, that is not a good roll for us. Our structure is the worst. Oh, I didn't mean to roll it twice. It's okay. It was
It failed both times.
failed both times.
But he got 2 momentum out of that.
So we're back
So
to
you guys are
I
plus
will
1.
spend that 2 momentum I just got to give us a grand total of 6 shield back.
nice.
And I got you guys at 5 momentum.
I believe-
That's what I
I
like.
believe our
to see,
total
Lieutenant.
shields is 8 out of 11 now.
That's what I like to see, Lieutenant.
Also, for the record, Captain, unless you've demoted me for sassing you, it's Lieutenant Commander. And then I just cut comms.
Oops.
Oh!
Good thing we're about to forget that.
All right, what's next?
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, Mr. Varro. I think we should try to get in closer.
It's wise, Cap.
Before
Right.
that, isn't it Ed?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, I already did my thing.
Oh,
He
okay.
already did his thing.
Yep.
No, I thought you did
And-
that after me. Don't you have to do that after each action?
No. Just after the movements.
Oh, okay.
Pend, bring us in. And I think that's difficulty 0 now.
Well, 1.
Is it?
Because Pens brings it to wait.
But we have 4 breakthroughs, and it was
Yeah.
difficulty 4 anyway.
Difficulty 0.
So I
Yeah.
wouldn't even roll.
And we've pushed the limit. It can only go to a minimum of 1.
Right, but we have
Yep.
4 breakthroughs on a difficulty 4 task.
Yep.
So it's going to be a difficulty 0, regardless of talents. You didn't need to. Okay.
So ship and then ship to see if we get a complication.
Oh, right. But we have 3 floating momentum, so
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still might have to spend it. Is the point? I think.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
All right. So just roll your challenge dice. It doesn't matter because you guys got the breakthrough.
Yep.
Because if you get above 3, you got it.
And it's. I think.
So you guys are up at the max momentum of 6.
Uh-huh.
All right. This time, so you guys get to the center of the asteroid field, and everything goes dark for, you'd estimate a minute. And when everything comes back to, gotta get to, you find yourself in an area that seems to be an enclosed space within, within, I don't know, something that light seems to not be able to escape from surrounding the area. All the debris that is being sucked into this anomaly is in an eerily controlled stream of rocks and debris that is moving ever closer to the center of what is inside this area. And as it reaches the center, it is further being destroyed. So, like, imagine all the asteroids and debris in like streams of debris that are heading toward the center of whatever this is.
Mhm.
Are we in the junkyard scene from Toy Story 3? Is that what's happening right now?
Oh no.
Mhm.
But we still have our memories, right?
Yes.
Yes,
you do.
it seems we are in a black
You
hole.
remember getting here? Yes.
I was gonna say, that's-
Unfortunately for the captain's relationship with Zoha.
fuck.
Uh-huh. Intriguing. This doesn't seem to work on the same principle as a general cloaking field.
Or what's at the center of all this?
Uh,
How's our position holding, Mr. Pend? I assume we're experiencing some strong gravitational forces.
I will just tell you now, Mr. Penn, that you are being pulled toward the center of this.
Can I resist it?
Yes.
Captain, we are being pulled towards the centre, but I am doing my best to not go into the black hole looking thingy, which doesn't look good.
Understood.
It's
Scientific
not a
terms.
black hole, though. It
Well,
has some resembling features.
Gravity
What
well.
Perhaps a strong gravity well. What are
Uh,
the gravimetric features of this anomaly? If we can get a reading.
Well, first I'd like for Penn to try and stabilize our position.
I will let you do it with just a permanent power drain of 2.
Oh, yeah, sure. You got it.
So lose 2 power until you get out of this, and you're fine.
Okie doke. Yeah, I'm
Just
cool with
just for
that.
sake of
Yep, there we go.
speeding up everything.
Captain, it looks like I've managed to give us a stable position, but I'd still prefer to get out of here as soon as possible.
Understood. In that case, let's gather our readings and then get out. This looks like it could have some very, very interesting readings to it. I'm sure our sensors would love to get a eyeful, so to speak.
is our probe around?
Ooh.
Because we did shoot a probe into this
You
thing,
did.
and it should be a bit further along than we are.
Roll me. Roll me reason or insight using science or engineering, and I'll even allow security. Difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's sensor science.
Okay.
So that brings it down to difficulty 2.
So reason science. You okay if I spend a? I mean, it
for
doesn't
it.
really matter, but 'cause it doesn't
Yeah.
give me anything, but it might increase my chances.
And sensor science.
Hey.
Hey!
So you get 2. So you get 3. You're 2 over at the moment.
Very good. So good.
And I think this will get you on the right path, Doctor. It's not exactly what you asked, but I think it'll get you thinking
Okay.
in the right direction.
Yeah, and we do have 2 momentum to spend on questions.
Don't we get also a bonus question from our advanced science facilities?
No, that's only if we're doing stuff with like the computers. It's only if we're doing like research facility type stuff.
Yeah. If we're in the lab.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Huh. Captain, readings have definitely changed. I can definitely see some things now. The breeze is.
Wait, do we actually have a lock on the probe we sent?
We do not.
We do
It
not.
doesn't seem.
Okay.
Well,
It,
say the information first before you're
Yeah.
before anything else.
The breeze is mostly made up of asteroids and rocks, which is consistent with where we came from. But there's various gaseous materials from planets and suns, and there appears to even be some debris that's made up of materials that aren't known. Nothing that's available to the periodic table, anyway. And remains of destroyed starships.
Oh my.
A planet
Starship.
graveyard.
Destroyed starships and matter unknown to current Federation science. Varro, do you think that we could be looking at exotic matter here?
Potentially, yes. It would be useful if we could get samples of some of that matter.
Agreed.
We might be looking at some sort of conglomeration of exotic matter, though. That could explain how this resembles a black hole, but is exhibiting very different properties in other regards.
Yeah. You think we could get a sensor lock on some of this matter?
Doctor?
I
can
cannot
try, Captain.
I
So
comment
what are we
on
trying
that
to scan here?
because I've
It's
never
not
played
trying
Star
to scan
Fox.
it, It's that we want to try to get a lock onto some of this strange unknown matter so that we can beam it over and study it.
The gravity from the source is not allowing you to get a transporter lock on anything, but at least your sensors are working.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Okay. Well, as fascinating as the prospect of full exotic matter is, Varro, there is the matter of these mysterious starships. Are we getting any life readings?
Yes, are any of them intact? Or powered?
That will be a difficulty 4 roll.
Okay. Reason science.
It could be reason science, it could be region engineering, it could be reason security. And then it'll be sensors and whatever other thing you
Sensor science.
use.
Yeah, sensor science, so that's
Okay.
difficulty 3.
Okay.
Feel free to take... How much momentum you think we should give for this? This sounds relative. Oh,
3.
Can we spend that 2 holdover momentum from before to lower the difficulty again? Because this roll we're making here is we're leaping off of our previous roll.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll make a diff 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'd take only 1
Spend-
momentum then.
1. Yeah.
If possible, I'd like to assist on this.
We probably don't need it.
As a character thing, reason security.
If you can
That's
explain to
true.
me how you would be assisting, and if
I
it
want,
makes sense to me.
I want to like pull up the sensors as well on my little side console and be scanning through for power signatures and the like specifically. See if there's any security threat from.
Right, I will give you an assist.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice. Nice. So
Woo.
that's 3 extra momentum. So we're at 2 over again.
All right, let me send you the info. There's for the doc. Then I have to find the commander so you can both see it. There you go.
Huh. Captain, something disturbing. There's a Starfleet signature.
A Starfleet signature.
There is some debris of Starfleet design, though most of it, I don't recognize the designs of any of these ships.
Are we getting any kind of identifying markings?
Not as of yet. We'd have to scan.
I will
closer.
let that be a question
Yeah, we
with
Yeah.
one of this many
Oh no.
Yeah.
momentum you got. All right, let me type this out. And then I gotta copy it for the commander.
We still even have another floating momentum to use.
You
on this.
technically have 2, but
Captain?
It's
Yes.
It's us.
I'm sorry. What?
It's consistent with design schematics and other indicators of the Kismet.
on screen.
And on the screen of what you're able to see, you see multiple damaged vessels and ships immersed inside this area as well. And there seems to be hundreds of destroyed starships. And in some pieces, you can make out some nacelle pieces, some deflector pieces that seem consistent with what they just told you.
Yeah, so we got, like, I feel like for a dramatic effect, we do need a nacelle to float by that reads NCC 47932.
Mhm.
That's your commercial break point.
Dun dun dun.
And as we come back from commercial, can everyone please roll me Insight Science? There is a difficulty
You're still not telling us it. are you?
that you guys can possibly achieve, but it will be difficult. But I'm not going to exactly tell you what it is, so you guys can figure out resources from here.
Who's got a good insight science?
I have a 14.
I have a
also
14 as well.
14.
Question?
Hey!
Hey,
Question? Should the bad people go first and spend momentum for the good people to get it back for us?
So to basically tell you what this I don't even want to tell you what this role is for.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you guys determine who, how, what, where, when with your resources.
I mean, do you
I don't
understand
think we
how
should-
I was suggesting it?
Oh, actually, Zoha, since it looks like you have the same role as the rest of us, maybe you should go first, and I'd put quantum mechanics as your forward as a focus.
I have an 11 inside science.
Yeah, so do I. So do, like, the rest of us.
I have
I
an
have a-
8.
But I'm
the
saying
doctor
only
and I have higher.
14, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the doctor has much higher.
all our insight sciences are the same. Oh, no, yours isn't. Never mind. I am mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I think
maybe the three of us should each spend a momentum.
Or pour it all into the person with the best chance.
Well, that's the thing. All three of us have an equally good chance.
do any of us have a focus that could be used?
Probably not.
Wait,
Um,
mental discipline. We keep we're this is a metagamey thing, but I do have mental discipline.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
More so, he was just asking whether or not that would apply.
Right.
I don't think any of my things apply.
Okay.
It's the basis of what this role actually is why chances are no one's going to have a focus for this.
Got it.
Yep, that's fair.
Okay.
So I think all three of us should spend a momentum. So all three of us get a third die.
All right.
No, keep
Do we
it.
want-
I'm not gonna spend for it.
Yeah, I figured not. But this 3 is for the people who actually have a not awful chance of getting.
Oh!
Fuck.
Oh.
Note how everyone who spent for that failed, where I didn't. Just gonna point that out.
Well, we don't know the difficulty.
Yeah.
I mean, can I spend the momentum even though apparently I'm a dum-dum for science?
I mean, the rest of you guys can roll. Actually, you guys have to roll.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so we need Evans and
Evans
Penn to
Penn
go.
is-
And like I said, you guys got 3 momentum remaining. Penn spend a threat. It all depends on.
I could spend momentum, but Evan's barely passed science.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend it. Although, again, we gotta ask: does Zoha have quantum mechanics as a focus here?
No.
No.
Just about to say, I've taken it as a focus, but my science is 1, so what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Evans.
You guys don't have to worry about these complications. I'm not going to be taking threat off of those.
Good. We're just getting him out of our system right now.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good point.
I mean, I'm just wondering, should I do it?
Well,
I mean, still have to roll.
I don't remember the last time I rolled a natural 20 in a game that wasn't this game. It makes me very sad.
Ed, take 3.
Oh my god.
Take 3 what?
Threat.
Brett.
Okay.
I mean, I was considering the full 6.
Yeah, of course you were.
That's why I was like, should I do it? No! Totally worth it.
The worst. Just the worst.
Not a single success.
This is my dump. This is my dump. Literally roll. It's my lowest one.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Evans, I sent you something, but it's going to be hilarious what I sent you.
And we also need Zoha.
Nope.
He's already rolled.
Oh.
Are long-range sensors detecting another asteroid field up ahead?
Not another.
Oh,
Taking an asteroid.
it restarted. It restarted. Okay.
Do we
So,
have-
you may
Just
put your ship
cut out
back
the
to
window.
full shields, full power, all that fun stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
do we retain our memories?
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Mr. Varro, I'd say that an anomaly like this certainly falls under the purview of our scientific exploration missions.
Indeed, sir.
Can I have both the captain and commander please roll the insight science?
Are we rolling for deja vu?
Please.
Can I use either mental discipline or composure here? I know I asked for the previous roll, but
No.
I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah, we both got 2.
Continue with the scene, please.
Damn it. Oh, this is so
3, 3,
funny.
3. Yes, yes, yes. That.
This is so funny. I'm loving this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Would you
All
like
right.
me to check?
Hmm.
Yes, doctor. Let's see if we can get any scans off of it.
All right, doctor, roll me insight science.
Oh, sorry.
Oops. Well, it
I
looks
thought
a
I
little,
thought I knew what was coming. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hey.
and so instead of like giving like the information you got before is what you get again.
Okay.
I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because it's basically all the same info.
All right.
Oh,
Continue with scene,
very-
please.
It's a very large field. I wonder how is it maintaining itself?
Hmm. I agree. Well, I think there's no better way than for us to go in there and examine that anomaly up close and personal.
I don't see another way, Captain, but I would urge caution.
Agreed. Shields up.
Raising shields.
He taps
All
his
right.
comm badge. Hang on. He taps his comm badge. Captain to Lieutenant Commander Zoha.
This is Zoha. Go ahead, Captain.
We're about to enter a rather dense asteroid field. We expect our shields should be able to withstand most of it, but I want you to be on high alert.
Diverting power from your holocation to the structural integrity field.
Every
In
time.
and out.
Every
Taps
time.
his comm badge. Red as a beet.
All right, Pend, roll me insight science.
Oh.
I mean, there's no fucking point because it's not gonna work.
You never know, Mr. Pend. You can roll perfectly.
Could roll 2-1.
He rolls
You can
perfectly.
crit.
You can crit twice, Mr. Pend.
You expect me
You just
to?
told us- You just told us the difficulty.
No.
No.
All right, so Mr. Pend, you do your task, followed by the breach that has always come with the first roll.
Oh no!
Wait, what?
I'm paraphrasing what happens here, instead of actually rolling it out because it's happened twice before.
Yeah.
Um,
roll the challenge die to see if we get any.
nope. Zoha, go ahead and roll me Insight Science.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is so funny.
All right. You guys eventually get to the end of it, and everyone again roll me Insight Science.
Just a note here, since we didn't have those rolls, we don't have momentum really.
Huh?
Since we didn't go through any of the rolls to get through the field, we don't have the momentum that we had accrued before. Just like a mechanics game balance note here.
Oh,
for recording.
we'll go ahead and throw you guys back up to 6 since I
Yeah.
did just skip all of it.
Mhm.
So,
We've been averaging 6 at the end.
so you guys get to the end of
The
everything
field.
that's happened. Please roll me Insight Science again.
Yep, and I'm gonna. And I'm
Should
gonna
we dump
spit-
like all of our momentum into one person?
We'll try it just this one more time to see if one of us can get it.
See, we're
Okay.
spending 1-1. I'd like to spend 3.
Okay then. So that'll bring us down to 1, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I'm literally just gonna give Ed 6 threat.
Oh my god.
Oh. Okay.
Ah,
Oh. Hey,
don't-
Varro.
And we don't have the 2 momentum to get over it.
Nope.
Ed, I would like to do a ELH. Or I'm not gonna make it any other fucking way. Let's be fair.
But
I
it's-
know. I'm debating. I think I'll take ELH's threat and Penn, I won't take yours.
I'll just roll 2 then.
God damn it.
Yeah, he's never gonna make that roll.
All right. So you guys materialize back at the beginning. Evans, you get this. And I gotta spend special instructions to Varro.
We found
Ah.
a asteroid field quite a ways up ahead.
Fascinating.
Intriguing.
Probably go in and take a closer look.
I'd be cautious, Captain. I feel we've done this before.
I'm sorry. Exo, what do you mean we've done this before?
I have a strong recollection of going through these events. We encountered an asteroid field. Lieutenant Evans informed us of it. We navigated towards it. There's an anomaly at the center. The asteroid field is incredibly dense. We took multiple hits. Ed, do I remember both cycles or just the last one?
Or all 3?
Evans, very quickly roll me Insight Security. Or sorry, Insight Science. Sorry.
This is so
Insight
funny.
science.
Oh, this is so funny.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, Evans.
Jesus.
I gotta spend you some special instructions as
Oh my
well.
goodness. Wow. Actually, do we get any momentum off of that?
You guys are at full.
Oh, we're back at full again? Okay.
something is sending us on a loop as we enter that field. We're getting close to the anomaly. We scan it, or in one case, enter it, and then we move back to this point.
I'm remembering this now too.
Okay, I was about to ask Vara whether or not he was feeling alright, but Evans, if you too, I might have to chalk it up to a coincidence. One more person starts remembering this, I'm gonna see a pattern.
No, Captain.
Well, sir,
Hallucinations are perfectly possible.
Doctor, I am not hallucinating.
You say so,
Well,
Commander?
Well, for any kind of loop, I mean, such things aren't unheard of, temporal loops, but usually there's some kind of spatial anomaly attached. Are we detecting anything of the sort?
There's a sensor anomaly in the center of that debris field if we want to get a little bit closer.
Well, if that's correct, then getting closer probably would not be the best move as things currently stand.
Captain, I would note that we have not looped until we entered the asteroid field. If we don't enter it, we can get sensor confirmation that there is an anomaly at the very least.
Agreed. Hmm.
Evans pulls out a data pad and quickly writes something down.
33333.
You're not 100% wrong.
Doctor, can you scan the ship for any traces of chronoton radiation?
Certainly. Is that a reason science? What's that? I guess I just do it. Okay. No, sir, none seems available.
All right. Captain, I'd recommend we don't approach closer than the edge of the field.
Given given the current information, I agree.
Doctor, once we've performed scans, I recommend that we go to sickbay and make a scan of my brain as well as Lieutenant Evans, perhaps someone who is not recalled as well. See if we can find discrepancies.
Are we
Seems
going
logical.
close enough to the fields need shields up?
Shields are always a good idea, Lieutenant.
Very well, bring us to yellow alert. And the captain would actually like to make a ship-wide announcement. Any crewmen that are experiencing any kind of feelings of deja vu, I would like them to report to the sickbay as soon as possible.
All right. So once we're at the edge of the debris field.
All right, so what are you guys doing at the edge of the debris field?
Can sensors confirm an anomaly within range?
The same readings you guys have gotten previously.
Yes, sir. There's a anomaly at the center of the debris field. From there,
Efrix, roll me insight science, please.
science. Ugh.
Do.
I've definitely made this scan before. Yes, I remember too.
Well, what did I say before? I call that a pattern.
Indeed. But we're not experiencing any signs of a temporal loop. At least not the standard ones. So perhaps it is mental.
Mental?
A possibility, at least, worth investigating.
Well, that's the case, and Dr. Efrix, you and Evans have all experienced this. I'd suggest the three of you get down to sickbay and see what you can figure out.
Yes, sir. Recommend we compare any readings from ourselves to those of some crew who do not remember previous events,
Hmm.
or who do not experience this. And I smile slightly.
All
Well,
right.
in that case,
I'm-
Doctor, you. Yep. Okay,
I
go
am
ahead.
going to spend 6 threat currently to change the scene.
Okie doke. Wait,
We
I thought
are
it had
going-
to be- I thought it's
we-
2 for every player.
I think it's just 6 total.
Is it?
I think so. Doesn't really matter. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I'm gonna actually put you guys back into the ship when you guys were in the black hole. Everyone roll me, except for the people that passed. So I think we have Evans, Pend, who did not pass the initial roll.
Penned.
That would be me.
All right, so whoever did not roll that, give me the presence, or insight science roll.
Okay. I'm gonna. spend-
This will be, before anyone rolls, this will be a difficulty 1 task.
Oh, never mind.
Well,
not
I still
spending.
fail.
Not gonna spend my momentum.
And this is for those who did not remember earlier.
Correct.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's just the 3 of us. Oof. Can I spend 2 momentum?
Nope, you're
to
fine.
ignore-
You're fine.
Oh,
you're fine.
Don't even have to worry about complications.
Nope, you're fine.
Can I
Not for
s-
this.
1 and 20.
Can I spend momentum so I stand a chance?
That, yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to spend 3 so I stand some chance of passing this roll.
Yup. And we get a momentum.
Yep. Cool. So, I'm gonna throw you guys back inside what I will just call a black hole to make it easier on me. And for those of you that have passed the roll, you may remember everything up at the point also.
Wait, what? Forgive me, I am kind of confused.
Exactly.
I am trying to follow this.
Oh, this is exactly how this episode's supposed to go. You guys are now inside the black hole, and you remember everything.
I mean, what dumbass keeps sending us into a black hole?
I glance at the captain for a split second.
Wait, it doesn't look like ELH actually passed.
No, I didn't. I'm the only one who hasn't.
Oh no.
Get wrecked.
But that's okay, because Lieutenant Commander Zoha to Bridge.
Bridge here.
I wanted to report, sir, that your holocation has been installed in your quarters. She is running just as you specified. Oh, sorry, am I on Bridge? I meant to call you in your ready room. My bad.
You know what? This is quite possibly the worst possible timeline. You know that?
No, I think you would say the best timeline.
I was waiting for an opportunity to say that. Worst possible timeline.
Worst episode ever.
In the words of the comic book guy from The Simpsons, worst episode ever.
Pend, are we station keeping?
We are, yes. Can I at least attempt to get us out of here, if that's even a possibility?
You can try, Mr. Pend.
I would like to try to get us out of here.
Roll me. We'll make it a difficulty 3 daring con check.
Okay. I'd give him a threat.
Yeah, so take a threat and can I spend some momentum? Because I really want to get out of here.
Yeah, take 2.
Any complication?
And
No.
ship.
Does the difficulty go down due to being in a gravitational anomaly?
Sure.
Yeah. I'd say this falls under the purview of hazard.
I think I crushed it.
Yikes. That is a very crushed it. And the ship didn't do shit.
Ship doesn't matter.
So that's
That's
what was
full.
difficulty 4?
Difficulty 2, I think? Difficulty 3?
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty 3 after the push the limits.
So we get 3 momentum then.
Yes, we're up to 5.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Pend, you move the ship toward the outer wall of, I'm going to call this the black hole. And
Or the anomaly.
the anomaly, whatever, black hole anomaly, whatever.
Black anomaly.
Black anomaly. As your ship penetrates through the anomaly, you do make it out. But however, very briefly, as the ship reads, a massive power failure and the warp core explodes. And you guys reappear inside the anomaly.
That was the worst timeline.
Worst timeline ever.
With memories?
And Evans and Efrix, roll me either a insight science or insight security check, difficulty 4.
Ed, can I ask you a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Should we
After
spend
this episode, can you send me the notes for this episode? Because I am fascinated.
Yep.
I do not have to make this roll.
No, just the people at sensors.
should we make
Oh, and feel free to be assisted by the ships.
Oh, yeah. What are the ships? Well, if it's ship sensors, then that means whatever.
Sensors and whatever discipline they use.
Yeah. Science, I assume,
Okay.
you guys?
Oh, he's probably security.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm using security because my science is crap.
Well, but which is
Uh,
the ship going to use?
the ship
One
is
for
the ship.
each.
So they're both rolling separate rolls.
Oh.
The ship's going to assist both of them using whatever discipline they use.
Okay,
Can
so
we-
I'll roll one for security, one for science. A sec. Hey!
Oh, I'm not getting any help. Okay.
No.
There you go, Efrix.
Can I spend a momentum? Is
Yeah.
that cool?
Yep.
That's cool.
Rip.
Right,
That's
unless,
a success.
and unless Evans gets very lucky.
Okay, and this is difficulty 4?
So Efrix did pass. So
Oh.
Oh.
so
And technically, it's difficulty 3 now, so we get that momentum back.
yeah.
Ah,
I
here,
keep forgetting.
I'd like to spend momentum on this.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is fitting. Ah, damn it.
No.
Well, I thought I spent momentum.
Well, you can roll another one, I guess, but
Okay.
I don't think you're getting it with 2.
Nope. All right, so I got to go to Efrix.
So what dumbass keeps sending us into a black hole?
Hold on. Let me get Efrix the information, and then we'll go back to that.
And then, do I remember anything at this point?
There we go. Feel like that's fitting for this episode.
There you go, Efrix.
I would just.
And then Zoha, at the end of this, you do remember because this would make it a difficulty 0 task.
You cannot possibly screw this up.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I will still roll for momentum's sake. Look at that momentum.
All right, so so the ship, you reappear inside the anomaly, and Efrix has info.
I don't know if I
Huh.
remember. I don't know what I remember at this point.
I don't think anyone does.
At the
That's
point-
weird.
I don't know if I'm metagaming or not. I'm reaching that point where I
Cap-
don't know if I'm metagaming.
Captain, when we were outside of the anomaly, there was another ship at the edge of the debris field.
Another ship. not one of the other. And he gulps. Kismets.
I think that's a potential, sir. I just don't have the data to back it up.
Hmm.
Perhaps that's why we experienced our explosive return to the anomaly.
I'm sorry, explosive?
We remember that, correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Do we remember that?
Ed?
Because I'm trying not to metagame here, so
Yeah. Do we
Oh, no.
remember that we blew
You
up?
guys are doing fine with the roleplay at the moment.
okay.
Because
Okay.
I think it's perfect roleplay what you guys are doing at the moment.
Okay. Fair enough. Just don't want to get into that territory.
Right.
Basically, what I'm saying is I think it's perfect that you think you remember it,
Okay.
Okay.
but you
Uh,
can't be sure of anything at this point.
Do I still
Yeah,
have my data pad?
I think we blew up.
You think we blew up?
I'm fairly sure.
Which is maybe because we tried to exist in the same place at the same time.
There are recorded encounters of ships meeting themselves, I believe.
But the ship being superimposed over itself?
Indeed.
I could see how that might cause instantaneous, complete failure.
I mean, this is very important. Do Lunas have ship-wide holodecks or no?
No.
All right, then, yeah, Zoha is going to just pursue her own interests.
How would
and
you
by
like
I
me to
mean
make that
she's
up to
gonna start
2?
Pulling up whatever data she can on black holes, gravimetric anomalies, time looping, and again, because no one calls it engineering, so you know.
Captain, it seems that everything we've been trying is apparently not working, and as these inferior pens keep dying trying to get out, should this superior pen try and go further in?
And he looks at the field and sees all of the wrecked kismets before him. I don't know if that's the best idea, Pend.
I mean, I'm pretty sure in any timeline you would be telling us to try to get out. In what timeline would you be telling me to fly into it?
The worst possible one, Pend.
I think we just experienced the worst timeline, Captain.
And was that us trying to get out or go in?
Okay, I'm starting to get a headache.
As you guys are talking, your sensors detect a ship entering the anomaly.
On screen.
As it enters, it immediately explodes into many different pieces. But for the brief second you were able to get on screen, it looked a Federation design.
Get us a scan.
Is that us?
I will do my best, sir.
Is it possible we're seeing a temporarily displaced occurrence of what we remember? The Kismet exiting and blowing up.
Can I make a roll?
Roll, yeah. Trying to think difficulty at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Because what you're trying, so what exactly are you trying to figure out? Let's start there.
Whether or not that was
Well,
us.
I think.
All right, if that's what it is, it'd be difficulty 3.
Okay.
I
Motion
am
science?
half tempted to take us down the worst timeline into the center
This
of the
is my
gravity
ship, so
well.
it'll be difficulty 2.
Because at the moment, we are doing the same thing over and over and over
Yes.
and over again.
Just to be doubly.
So why not
doubly
try something completely different?
Sensors, science. Nice.
All right, so you guys are back up to 6.
All right.
Yes, that was us. That was the Kismet.
Well, that's certainly not reassuring.
No.
But
Bridge to engineering.
This is Lieutenant Commander Zoha. Go ahead.
We're experiencing some sort of temporal loop.
Yes,
We
I'm
need-
aware. Apparently, I've installed a certain hologram in the captain's quarters about 675 times now.
and you just hear
Uh,
the loud thump of the captain's head slamming into his bridge console.
But the good news is I have a theory.
Good. Captain, I recommend we call a meeting of senior staff to discuss our current predicament.
Agreed. Would you be able? Would Penn be able to program the Kismet to maintain position?
Yeah,
Or
I
does
mean
he
he
have
could
to
he
stay
could,
at the bridge.
I mean he could hand it off to one of his peons. It's not difficult
Yeah.
to do.
Okay.
You,
Although I still
Ensign
do
Peon,
have-
come here.
Well, I still do have the question though. Have we gotten any reports of deja vu from other points on the ship?
Everyone on the ship is remembering what has happened thus far.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. Whether or not it's just a bridge crew thing or a ship-wide deal. Got it. Okie doke.
And very quickly, so before we have the senior meeting, I'm going to spend my 6th threat
Of course you are.
to very quickly move you guys to the Kismet outside of the anomaly, at the edge of the field.
Oh, what the hell?
Nice.
Do we remember?
Who remembers?
Mother.
Yes, you do.
What
All of
remembers?
us?
Yep.
Wait, but so it's like we were about to go into the senior staff meeting and just boop.
And now we're
somewhere else.
outside.
Outside before we
So-
went in.
Yes. So unless anyone immediately tells Zoha not to, she's ejecting the warp core.
Well, we wouldn't know that you're about to do it.
Right. But my theory is that if I eject the warp core, that's going to stop us going in, or it's going to test another theory, which I pray I will remember.
Well, we'll still have impulse power if the warp core's out.
Right,
Yeah,
but
we're
the
gonna have to
power
stop it now.
loss should hopefully be enough to get you guys on the bridge to not react.
Not to
Or-
mention, we also have the secondary reactor.
Right. So this is kind of Zoha in the moment thinking what can she do to stop the ship, and she isn't thinking very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got it.
remember how you guys left it? You guys just kind of parked at the edge and weren't
Mhm.
moving in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point in time I took you back to.
Okay, so
Right.
we weren't actually going in then. I thought we were like in the process of going.
No. You guys are
Okay.
at the edge of it.
Okay, then in that case, never mind all that. I will simply call up to the bridge, and of course, Zoha to bridge.
Bridge here.
Can we not go into
I
the
hate time.
anomaly? I'm just gonna throw that out there.
As things stand, I would like to keep us out here. I would like to keep us out here, not bring us in any further until we get some damn answers. As we've said before, calling a senior staff meeting.
Can I get the people at Ops to please give me an insight and those checks I gave you guys before.
Okay.
Difficulty
Taking a
3.
momentum.
Difficulty 3. You know, with the sensor scans for the Ops and Tactical.
Oh, is that with the sensors talent taken into account?
No, base 3.
So difficulty 2 then. Take a momentum and good. Okay, so we at least succeeded. Science. Yay!
Nice.
So we're at 1 over.
Yep. Well, the scene did change, so
Oh, so we're at full again.
yeah, so you got full. Those at the sensors detect a ship coming out of the anomaly, and as soon as it exits, explodes.
Okay, much better.
I think we just experienced what I saw before from the other side of the debris field. I think.
So we exploded again.
Again.
Yes.
Again.
Well, no, the same explosion, but now we're out here instead of the ones exploding.
Perhaps that's our first explosion, the one from inside, and this was our second.
Indeed. Yeah, I think you might be right.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
So
as
we're
the-
operating with 4 possible distinct versions of the Kismet, 2 no longer existent. 1 positioned here and 1 inside of the anomaly.
Right.
Right.
Captain, can we just launch a comms? Can we just launch an Evans and leave this place?
Launch the comms, boy.
Unfortunately, given the nature of this anomaly, it doesn't appear that our distance to the anomaly is of any consequence. The first time we entered, we locked ourselves into this loop.
Well,
Indeed.
technically, we haven't tried leaving from this side yet.
Either way, I want a senior staff meeting as soon as possible.
Agreed, Captain.
I
So,
sir.
can we meet in the conference room?
Can we?
Can we?
Can we without Ed switching the damn scene on us again?
I mean, you guys can do whatever you want.
Okay, we're all going to meet in the conference
Outside.
room. We're all going to meet in the conference room.
Okay.
And there are going to be no more time loops, Ed.
I don't think that's how this works.
I don't. Yeah. I don't think you get to order him, Captain.
All right, so you guys enter the conference room, and you guys switch to inside the anomaly.
Oh, god damn it.
Do we know that though? Because we're all in the conference room.
Well, there's no stars out the
So
window.
Wait, are our positions now back to being in the... Like, have our positions switched again?
No, we
Don't think of
enter-
it as your positions, think of it as your point of view.
ourselves, so to speak.
Right, but we were meeting... We were going to go up to the conference room. Are we now no longer standing in the conference room?
No, we are now entering the conference room, but we're inside the anomaly.
Okay, thank you. That's what
Yeah.
I wanted to know. Oh, for God's
It's a
sake.
little hard to follow.
Yeah. Just, you see, the position of the Kismet and the position of us does not seem to be consistent.
Yes.
Even
I
in its-
believe
even
that
in-
is the point.
Even in its inconsistency, it's not consistent.
Oh, it is, but you haven't figured it out yet.
Captain, can I put forward a theory?
Go ahead, Pend.
We're probably overthinking this. Can we just go into the center?
Your thoughts, Zoha?
Well, sir, and tell me if this is overreaching. I did a little research here using the main computer. Apparently, roundabouts, quick math says about 10 years ago, on Stardate 47362.1, a Lieutenant Commander Worf experienced a, shall we say, similar scenario. Needless to say, it involved a quantum fissure and basically a multiverse collapse where all sorts of alternate dimensions and alternate timelines coalesced into one.
Did the people in those timelines share their experiences as we appear to be doing?
No, that is the one distinction, and apologies for any jet noise. That is the one distinction. As far as I've been able to tell, the commonality for the event
I
I'm
mean,
speaking of was
chat,
Mr. Worf.
I am trying
Mr.
to get
Worf
some
remembered
action.
everything, but
I'm
the others
trying.
did not. It was unique timelines as far as I'm able to read.
So why was it just Mr. Worf?
Because everything I'm seeing indicates that he was the one that sort of broke the quantum barrier with his shuttle and it was responsible for the initial breach in the space-time continuum.
In this case, that quote-unquote breach is us,
The Kismet
The-
itself.
the entire ship. Therefore, we all remember.
No,
Well, if that's the case, sir, I have a very easy solution.
it is not sarcasm.
Again,
this
assuming
crew has
this
a
is
habit of
anything like the
overthinking
one
everything.
that the Enterprise crew and Mr. Worf faced, I'm pretty sure all we need to do is generate an inverse warp field and fly into the anomaly.
I've just said that!
Very well. It looks like we have our plan of action.
I'm sorry, that was actually in character.
Congratulations, Mr. Penn. Your plan
Unint-
to your plan to fly right into it would appear to be our next course of action.
With one slight alteration.
I mean,
course.
it makes sense though, considering every other time, by the looks of debris, we are trying to escape and followed by debris.
We only have recollection of 2 explosions at the Kismet.
No, but we can still
you want to
see the
point that out?
debris that's at the edge.
Perhaps, and the captain puts a hand to his chin and he snaps. We're not the first ones to figure this out. And he points out the window
Perhaps
to
not.
the other Kismets floating there. Perhaps the other Kismets realized that this was the only way out of this anomaly and tried to run the gauntlet, so to speak, and failed. That's why there are so many more Kismets lying towards the center.
Clarification from sensors. How many Kismets are there, wreckage-wise? If we can determine.
At least 20.
Cool.
Cool.
But you also have to keep in mind that the center of this anomaly is pulling debris in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was gonna say. So the fact that they're towards the center may just mean that they're from earlier attempts and they've moved.
Yes. Recommend we try to take info dump from any of the Kismets out there that might still have intact memory cores.
On our way in?
Yes.
It's a good idea.
It might allow us to avoid some of their mistakes. I also recommend that we set up a buoy of some sort and beam our travel information in as we.
Would it be possible to create a buoy that's shielded from the effects then? Would something like that be possible, Lieutenant Commander Zohan?
Every fucking
I mean,
time!
many things are possible.
Every
Captain. We clearly
time!
relive this timeline at least
Motherfuckers!
675 times. So, my guess is sure I could try, but whether or not that would actually stay is the question. There's a lot of unknowns here.
We still have the debris from these other Kismets. I suspect the physical probe will stay.
But our first probe is nowhere to be found.
Right.
Most likely because it fell into the anomaly, though. If we can set up a probe that will maintain station keeping while we send it information rather than simply flying into the anomaly.
I'll launch a Class 8 probe. And I do so.
In that case, though, in the meantime, then, Zoha, I'd suggest making the necessary preparations for, you said it was an inverse warp field?
That is correct, yes. In inverse warp field. It's actually very quick and easy to do, sir. I literally push 2 buttons, so we're ready to go whenever you are.
All right,
Lieutenant Penn,
bring us
I
in.
suggest we make our way back to the bridge.
Yep.
Permission to follow the simplest path which will work.
Use your discretion.
Very well. I would like to fly into the center of a gravity well.
Okay.
And of course, Zoha will generate the inverse field.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying that's so fucking stupid.
Hang on, wait. Gotta recalibrate the multivariant nucleonic gradient inhibitor.
Captain, I'm going to point the thing in the direction of the thing and do the thing.
All right, Pend, are we doing the thing?
I would like to do the thing at the speed of thing.
All right.
Well, who has to roll first, though?
No rolling. I'll narrate it all. So, as the Kismet enters the center of the anomaly, you re-enter the anomaly just as you enter the other side.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
So, essentially, the ship you were on blew up from the middle of the anomaly, and you re-enter this anomaly.
Well, that didn't work.
Let's see. We can't fly in. We can't fly out. We can't sit still.
Permission to
But we have
warp.
been able to sit still.
Permission to
Worth a
warp.
try. That's worth a try.
Before we try warping, are the warp cores of the other ships intact? I mean, I don't have access to sensor down here in engineering. Someone should really give me a hookup for the sensor scans.
In that case, Mr. Evans, pipe down all the sensor feeds to main engineering.
All right.
Adding additional outputs.
So, Ed, question. Are the warp cores of the other vessels intact, or have they been kablooied?
There's no sizable pieces of it. So like you could detect like a piece of the nacelle or like a piece of the warp core, but are pretty much in pieces.
So kablooey.
Yeah.
So kablooied. Okay, Captain. This is a theory, so take it with a grain of salt, but every single other Kismet out there does not have its warp core. So my theory is two-pronged, actually. Option 1, as we are exiting, we leave behind our warp core, and that might let us pass through. It's long story short, the matter-antimatter reaction is a very powerful field, and if it's interacting with the anomaly in any way, basically leaving it behind might allow us to escape. The other theory...
proceeding in on maneuvering thrusters, you mean?
Correct. The other theory is that potentially causing a deliberate warp core breach could also seal the anomaly, but I'm not seeing anything that would indicate whether or not that would be successful or not.
Why not do both?
Well, I'd suggest we try the warp core jettison first. At least if we're wrong on terms of the warp core jettison, we at least have a chance to figure something out beyond that. If we're wrong about the warp core breach, then we're done.
I mean, can't we set the core to breach like a minute after we eject it?
Could you do that, Zoha?
Yeah, I could do it, sir. However, as much as I don't want to quote general orders at you, sir, we are getting to the point where a certain general order is coming into play. And by that, add a character because I can't find it on Memory Alpha. It is literally the general order that, in the case of something like this, where there is no hope of escape, the captain is to blow up the ship.
Mm-hmm. Well, currently we're not in a situation where there's zero hope of escape. So, I suggest we try the warp core ejection first, Zoha.
Of course, sir.
So I want you to prepare the warp core to eject, and he thinks for a moment and he says, 30 seconds before we enter the center of the anomaly. You think you could pilot us in on maneuvering thrusters, Pend?
Well, that's a dumb question.
Of course. So that's our new plan, Ed.
Is to fly toward the center of the anomaly again,
But eject the
but eject the core.
eject the warp core maybe 30 seconds before we hit the center.
Mm-hmm. So is that what you guys are wanting to try?
Yep.
The exact same thing happens. You guys fly into the center. Your ship is destroyed. A few moments, about the same time that happens, you guys re-enter the anomaly.
All right.
Captain, can we launch a torpedo at the center just to see what happens at this stage?
And at this point, I'm going to put you guys outside the anomaly.
Son of a bitch!
What if we try Pen's idea? What if we try warping away from the field? We're outside of it right now.
Let's give it a go. And warp us out of here. Maximum warp.
I would like to travel at the speed of Ed.
All right, so you warp out of system?
Yep. I'm afraid.
Only you can break the cycle.
Long range sensors are detecting an asteroid field up ahead.
Oh! Oh god.
Captain, permission to just call the end of my shift and go to bed. We're stuck in a loop.
The worst.
But, and you'll just end up back at your console.
Don't say these things, Evans. What's wrong with you?
Out of character, so many things.
God.
So I will give you one minor clue.
Yeah, I think we're running in circles at this point.
There is a realization you guys have to have.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a realization we need to have, and we're just not having it.
I mean, I think I've had that realization, but I don't know if it's metagaming or not, because this reminds me of a story I once heard from a player. Ed, Zoho chooses to disbelieve. I don't know if that does
Nope.
anything, but I
Does not.
Okay.
it was worth a shot.
Okay.
And
Like to
the
imagine
reason
so.
behind that was the story goes that a player was stuck in a situation like this, and they said they chose to disbelieve, and it turned out that everything was a mind game. Apparently, that's not the case here.
Nope. So we could have you guys starting your meeting on this ship.
Okay. Oh yes, because we were gonna all be in a senior staff meeting
Mhm.
at this point in time. That works. That really works. Okay. I am starting to really run out of patience for this thing.
Captain, I've got another suggestion if you're willing to hear this one.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just blow up?
No.
I mean, it's a completely different action than what we're doing.
It seems like blowing up isn't going to get us anywhere. But Wait a second.
We're not going anywhere.
I just remembered. We found the other hull pieces of the other Kismets, the asteroid debris, the central anomaly. We never figured out we never learned anything further about that strange exotic matter.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. As it stands, we're not currently in a position to examine it,
Not yet.
but I believe if we wait, whatever the hell is going on here will deposit us in a decent enough position to begin performing scans. As it stands, I feel like we just don't have enough information to make any kind of informed decision. It feels like we're just taking shots in the dark as to what will work and what won't.
Can we just turn around and fly away at normal speed? See how far we get?
Well, I suppose until until the anomaly puts us back inside of it, I have nothing else to suggest. What about the rest of you?
I mean,
There's
we
some-
literally tried warping away. My guess is that we've been in the anomaly the entire time since first detecting the asteroid field. It extends farther than just the center.
And there's
Well,
something strange about our switching of positions. Our physically us, not the ship.
You didn't piss off a Q, did you, Captain?
No, I haven't.
Did you turn one down for Cecile? Is this why it's all happening?
Pend, I swear to God, now is not the time. Well, as it stands, it sounds like this exotic matter inside the anomaly is our only lead. I suggest we wait until the anomaly puts us back inside and then see if we can get any answers from that.
So for 4 momentum, I will pose a question to you guys in chat.
Can we just do nothing?
Actually, yeah, what if we just do nothing?
Didn't we try that one time?
Another
Also-
Kismet came in and blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just did sit around doing nothing once and we just blew up. Do you guys want to spend the 4 momentum?
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I will pose a question in the Kismet chat.
I'm just at the point where I'm really out of ideas. I thought we asked that question.
You did not.
No, I recall we did, and
Yeah,
we got
you
the
told us
answer about
20.
20.
You asked
No,
how
it's like
many
22 or something.
destroyed Kismets there are.
Oh,
Okay.
we had that conversation though. We said possibly 4 in play, 2 missing.
Yeah, I feel like we've had this
But
conversation.
maybe, but maybe we were wrong. Maybe there's only 1.
Yeah. How many Kismets are there?
But that is your clue.
Okay. Something
Yeah.
doesn't quite add up, so
My mic was muted. Realize.
how is it
Oops.
that we're remembering this?
I mean, do you want me to quote multiverse theory at you? Because I can. It won't fix anything.
Is there a
Uh,
possibility that the Kismet itself is moving between inside and outside?
I mean, the only other idea I have is that we have to coordinate leaving and entering at the same time.
Worth trying, at least.
Hmm. So wait, can we actually make any kind of scan or computation to determine how many Kismets there are total? Or
Can we-
Based on the positions I put you in,
well, right now we're in the conference room, right?
so let me ask you this question. When I put you aboard a Kismet, how many places do I put you in?
Only one.
2.
3.
in outside the anomaly and inside the anomaly.
And approaching the field, outside the field, inside the
sorry.
anomaly.
That's overthinking.
I think he means on board the Kismet when we switch back and forth. Where are we?
Yeah.
So then
Same
it goes
place.
back to the question, how many Kismets are there?
There's one
2.
Kismet.
Are you sure?
No, I don't think there is.
There's 2.
There's
I
two
wanna-
2.
Kismets.
I want to try something real quick. Because this is something I've been thinking about for a few minutes. Evans kind of stands up. I have a theory to test. Walks out of the room if no one stops him.
Okay, go ahead.
Does anything happen when I leave the room?
What were you expecting to happen?
I don't know. Perspective shift.
No, you walk on the bridge.
I
Are
take
there
my-
another set of senior staff on the bridge?
I take out my phaser and shoot the wall.
Okay.
I take out my phaser and shoot the captain.
No.
It seemed like a natural escalation, and the doctor's here.
If I see you pulling out your phaser, I will say, Pend, what are you doing?
I'm testing a theory.
The theory is already being tested.
Not my theory.
Okay, so I think you guys finally got the how many Kismets are there. Right? I mean, you guys are starting to think that way?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see where this is going.
Okay. Carry that thought forward, and I think you might get there.
Okay. I think I see what's going on here. Zoha, I think we might be dealing with a quantum double.
I think the more accurate term would be a paradox, but as I said, I think that whatever has to happen in both Kismets at the same time.
Read. I've got it. I've got it. I need us to monitor our on-ship chronometers as accurately as we can. I want us to try. I want you to position Pen. I need you to position us as close as we can get to the anomaly without actually going in. Then I want you to set the computer's navigations on a timer. 4 hours. No, not 4. 1 hour. And then 1 hour later, when hopefully we're swapped over to the other Kismet, we attempt to leave at the exact same time, the exact same moment.
I don't think we need to wait an hour. I think that our other selves, or however you want to think about it, I think they're going to do the same thing. It's just that we have to set it up that we're looking at a specific time to coordinate with ourselves.
Right. In that case, if there are 2 Kismets, I suggest we leave a message.
How do you propose we do that, Captain?
Well, if our hunch is correct in that there are two Kismets, then that means that while we may change places, the physical Kismets themselves and all the information stored aboard them will remain intact. If we simply leave instructions for our other selves on, say, the view screen, we should be in good shape.
I point at the phaser blast on the wall. We'll soon see if it is us switching or the Kismet itself.
Well, I suggest we put those instructions on the view screen first.
Very well, Captain.
In 20 minutes' time, we're going to try to instruct our other selves to cross into the event horizon from the time they receive that message. And I'll give like specific star dates based on the ship's chronometer.
Could we just leave a probe on the outside?
We found that probes are inconsistent.
On the outside, so if they switch to the ship on the outside, they can just read the message we leave on the probe we've left on the outside.
Either way, I think the intent is clear. We're trying to leave a message for the other us. So is that something we can do, Ed?
So,
Didn't Evans try to do that, though?
Wait, you are there, Evans.
No, or
Well,
I
yeah.
left, remember?
Oh, that's right.
You can always come back in.
yeah.
There's nothing stopping you.
Evans is desperately testing his theories.
So the question is, how exactly are you leaving this, and to whom?
What my hope is that there is a second Kismet crew that is going to see this message when everything flips. When everything flips again, there is going to be a second Kismet message saying, make sure that you enter the anomaly at 20 minutes from this specific, like at this specific time. Maybe not 20 minutes from, but just like saying this specific time on the ship's chronometer, make sure you pass through the anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
And we will make sure that we pass through the anomaly at the exact same time. Because it would appear that time isn't being screwed with here.
Only space.
Yeah. So as long as we get our times right, then we should be able to switch over in space.
The only question is, how do we switch back over onto the other Kismet, Captain?
As I said, it's a matter of time. It's unfortunately a waiting game in that regard. I say we pick a star date of, as I said, a very specific time by the ship's chronometer, and then we wait and try to cross over at the same time as this other Kismet crew.
Have Pend maintain a 20-minute gap between the instructional time and the current time until we switch over, in which case he will not be making that input anymore.
Exactly.
Then I suggest we resume our stations on the bridge, sir.
All right. Lieutenant Commander Zoha, make sure that the proper instructions are inputted into the ship's computer.
Done.
And Zoha can probably do that on the bridge at Ops.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and leave you guys on this ship, and you are approaching the time.
All right. Let's do this.
We are
And-
approaching the time, and we're still on the ship.
Mhm.
Wait. Oh, I thought we were gonna keep updating the
Yeah,
time.
we're updating the time It's
until
20
we-
minutes passes, Pend resets the time. 20
So-
minutes
so-
passes, Pend resets the time.
So basically, what I'm saying is that
We're not switching.
right,
Okay.
and it's because you get to test your theory now.
Oh, all right. I see. I see what's going on. Okay. All right. Let's do it.
I assume Evans has been called back up to the bridge.
He's still on the bridge. I don't think he left the bridge.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Evans went down to some of the lower decks.
It
Mr.
says it
Evans-
in chat.
Mr. Evans, please return to the bridge.
I'm in the turbo lift, Captain.
Where were you?
It seems that okay. I want to make sure that the whole Kismet was in the same time and place. It is.
Just get up here as soon as you can. We're about to make our Hail Mary, so to speak.
Turbo lift doors open.
Okay, so let's see what Mr. Penn, bring us in at the exact instant.
Okay.
So you guys start to enter through the anomaly. And as your ship does that, you get the sense that you are in two places at once. And you kind of get a glimpse of being on both ships heading into and out of the anomaly. As you feel yourselves push in opposite directions, everything goes dark for a second, and everything comes back on. And the ship enters a totally unremarkable planetary system at the same exact coordinates of this anomaly, but you did not find it.
What on earth?
Well, this is new.
I need a sensor reading.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
sensors.
Sensors show you at the same coordinates that you entered through the anomaly at. But instead of the anomaly is a planetary system that equals about 450 astronomical units.
Same size system, but it's actually a system.
I think what we may have just witnessed was the other side. The other Kismet exists within that little pocket. And the asteroid field also exists within that pocket.
Perhaps, Captain.
But for us, this is our side of things. This is what we should have experienced from the very beginning.
Perhaps.
I think we just sealed the anomaly. Wouldn't you, Lieutenant Commander Zoha?
Honestly, sir, until I go to your quarters and find a hall location waiting for me, I don't trust a damn thing.
Beat red. He is beat red. Because you just said that on the bridge. Again.
Oh, get over it, Captain. I've said it over 600 times at this point. We all know.
What is this
Should we-
system? What is in this system?
It's unremarkable, you know, a few gas giants, a few balls of rock, nothing out of the ordinary.
No
Very well then.
exotic matter.
Nope.
Okay.
Very well then.
Captain, recommend we check our star charts against what's out there, see how much time is.
Agreed. And check our ship's chronometer and everything.
Mhm.
Is
Might
our
be.
location in space the same?
Yep. Exactly. Everything is exactly the same as when you started at the anomaly.
Yep. So if my hunch is correct, this little area of space is like a coin, a heads and a tails side. The anomaly caused the coin to flip for a period, but it looks like we've flipped the coin again. We're back on the head side.
But are we supposed to be? It might be worth checking in with Starfleet just to make sure that things are normal.
Agreed.
The people that should be there are there.
Yep, Mr. Pend, I'd suggest starting to plot a course back towards Federation space. Back towards Narendra Station. I want to get in contact with Starfleet Command as soon as possible.
Very well, Captain.
All right, are we able to reach Starfleet Command?
Yeah. Yep.
And everything's kosher?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, I think it's safe to consider this matter closed.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of Mirror.
Oh, that was cool.